Hi, I'm Kelly Young with American Rifleman, and this week's Gun of the Week is a revolver that, because of its incredibly versatile chambering, can fire any of 5 different cartridges. The Ruger SP101 in .327 Federal Magnum. So what is it about this gun that gives it such flexibility? Well, it's due to the fact that the .327 Federal is technically a super Magnum. And since they all had space on the rim and share the same case and bullet diameters, all 3 of the cartridges that came before it can also be used in this firearm. Plus 1 additional chambering, but we'll get to that in a second. First came the .32 Smith Wesson back in 1878, which was originally a black powder cartridge, and is also quite weak. Then in 1896, the case was lengthened and more powder was added to create the .32 Smith Wesson Long, which is a little more powerful, but still not much. Fast forward another 85 years, and an even longer, more energetic version of the .32 Long was developed, and that was named the .32 H&R Magnum. And then finally, back in 2007, Ruger and Federal Premium worked together to create the .327 Federal Magnum, a cartridge that generates enough energy to be a consideration for defensive purposes, which is something that can rarely be said of the .32 caliber. And lastly, and most curiously, in addition to these other 4, the .32 ACP, which was designed for use in semi-automatics, has just enough of a rim on its case for it to headspace properly in a .327 chambered revolver. With the exception of its chambering, this model is in all other ways identical to the rest of the SP101 line. The stainless steel revolver is a double-action single-action with a swing-out cylinder, and as is typical with Rugers, the cylinder release is activated by pressing in on the back of it, like so. The gun also has a triple locking cylinder, a checkered hammer spur, and a one-piece rubber grip. Now from the factory, these guns come with the wooden grip inserts that include the Ruger logo, but on this particular gun I've installed some custom Kieranite inserts from Chig's grips that I think look pretty good. This model has a 4.2-inch barrel with a full underlug, and a sighting system that consists of a green fiber optic front paired with an adjustable rear. A transfer bar is also present to prevent the hammer from striking the firing pin unless the trigger is intentionally pulled. Another benefit of the .327 Federal Magnum, due to its smaller diameter of the cartridge, is that this particular gun has a capacity of 6, whereas the much more common .35 caliber SP101s only have room on board for 5 rounds. All 5 of the cartridges that this gun can fire are still in production today, and that really gives the shooter a lot of options in regards to how to load this thing. On one hand, the .32 Smith & Wesson is actually less powerful than most modern .22 long rifle loads, while some .327 ammunition generates up to 500 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle, so the user has a lot of opportunity to choose just how much juice they need and how much recoil they want to deal with. And even with the hot .327 Federal loads, this gun is still considerably more pleasant to shoot than a .357 Magnum through a similarly sized revolver. For more information on the Ruger SP101 in .327 Federal Magnum, visit Ruger.com.